Hi, welcome back to my 68 Cutlass project. Today's plan is to get the car up off the ground and take a look underneath and see what needs to be done there. I wish I had a lift, but I don't, so we'll be jacking it up and putting it on jack stands. There's already a couple things I know of that need to be done. First of all, there's no muffler on this car, so definitely going to be doing some exhaust work. And number two, as you can see, the shocks are completely shot, so we will be replacing the shocks as well. So we're going to jack this car up and put it up on jack stands. These are the jack stands I just recently purchased. These are actually really nice heavy-duty jack stands. They're rated at 6 ton per pair, and so that's a total of 12 tons, which I know this car is not anywhere near that. So they ought to be good heavy-duty. And I'll feel safe climbing underneath with it up on these. These jack stands also have a locking pin. So the pin goes in and there we go. The pin fits in there, and not only does it add extra support by going underneath one of the teeth there, but it also locks the handle. So there's no way that handle can be bumped and cause the jack stand to fall. So I feel pretty safe with these. Their range is from 16 inches up to 24 inches. So I'd be able to get it up high enough that I can have plenty of room underneath as we work underneath there. All right, there we have it. It's up off the ground. Looks like I've got plenty of room. It's pretty solid, doesn't move. So I think we ought to be pretty good to crawl under there and take a look. All right. I noticed on those jack stands they were at points a little bit difficult to get the pins in. Have to have them adjusted just right, but yeah, I just was able to do that, and there we have it. All right, the car is off the ground, and we're going to take a look underneath. So first off, looking at the gas tank right here, pretty rusty, pretty dented up. I noticed over here, it looks like it's been patched. Maybe right there, looks like a patch. So we'll probably end up just replacing this whole gas tank. Just pull the whole thing down, put a new gas tank, new straps. The shock absorbers. Okay, first of all, you can see here there's not even a bushing in there. And I don't know what this is. They've got some black tape wrapped around there. So it's no wonder it's no wonder that the shocks don't work. The axle, differential, that all looks good. It's all pretty rusty, but looks like it's in okay shape. The bushings, I was noticing these bushings up in here are pretty worn out, and there's others. A lot of places where this all comes together and things move. The bushings are pretty worn, so I'll have to replace all those bushings. All right, now moving more towards the middle of the car. Obviously, you can see the exhaust pipe there, cut off right there. There's no muffler. So my plan is to put dual exhausts under here. So if we look up here, you can see where it hooks to the manifold right up there, but I'm going to see if I can find some headers that'll fit this 455 engine and also fit in the Cutlass engine compartment. So that might be a little bit tricky, but that's what I'd like to do, is put some headers on there. So we'll look for that. Everything in here is really dirty underneath the transmission pan here, really dirty, a lot of grease and dirt. So that needs to be cleaned off. And then looks like the bottom part of the bell housing is missing right there. So the torque converter and the flywheel are exposed. So I'll have to get one of those. Looks like there's a pretty good rust spot right here on the floor pan. So we're going to have to do a little bit of work on that. Probably replace that. The other side looks pretty decent, at least from here. So yeah, my plan is here to clean off all the grease and dirt and scrape off any loose rust, and then I'm going to paint this with a rust converter that I've used in the past. That works really well. It actually goes into the rust and creates a seal. Works with the rust and creates a seal so it'll never rust again, and it turns black, and then it can be painted if you want to, or just leave it even. So I'll be doing that. All right, now looking up under the front end here, as you can see, it's pretty greasy, dirty. Got a big job. It's going to be a big job cleaning all of that out. So I'll probably do a lot of scraping before anything, then power wash it and see how clean we can get it. Everything looks pretty decent. I mean, we'll probably end up replacing tie rod ends and things like that, just so we got everything new and in good working order. I'd like to identify what transmission is in here. I don't know if it's the original or if it's a transmission that maybe came with this 455 engine, this Buick engine that's in here. So that's something I want to try to figure out, see if I can find out what that transmission is. As I mentioned, I would like to put headers on this. So I need to find headers that fit the 455 Buick that'll also fit in this space. And it might not be too difficult. Might have to watch out for maybe the steering. We've got the steering shaft right here. But as long as the headers don't stick out much further than the manifold, it might be all right. Let's see what the other side looks like. Yeah, there's a little bit more room on this side, so it might be better. Let's see, the starting motor is down underneath here, so we just need to watch out for that. Okay, I wanted to show you, this is the rust converter that I was talking about. It's called One Step. And if you can read there, it says halts existing rust and prevents future corrosion with a durable protective barrier. And I've used this in the past on an old Willys Jeep frame, and it works really well. So I'm planning on using that on the undercarriage of this car, and I think it'll do a good job. Also, I mentioned in my walk-around video that I was going to replace the bumper. This is the one that I found on eBay. It's a used bumper, and it's in pretty good shape, but there you can see there's some problems some things here that need to be fixed. It's going to have to be probably sanded down, and I'm going to try fixing it with just some chrome paint. So I think I have a pretty good plan of attack how I want to start working on this thing. I'm going to start on the bottom, on the undercarriage. We'll clean all the grease and everything off underneath, paint on the rust converter, and get everything fixed up under there. The shocks, replace those, put the exhaust in. So we'll start there. And once I get that done, then I'm going to move to the body. This will be the first thing we start with, is this fender, get this fixed so we can open this door. So that's kind of my plan of attack. Thanks for watching, and come back for more.